I just want to say this as a person who was on some people's talk list for a while, like sometimes. I just want to say I'm sorry for hurting, your brands or expectations or feelings of what I could offer. Like over time, I feel like it's devolved a bit. And like it's gotten more loose as well, though. We're allowed to talk about it more, but also resentment builds up. Like there's time to build fondness and there's also time to build resentment. And you could see it in my face. I've gotten older. You could see this. I never had this before, back in the day. And it builds you. It makes you more like I don't drink, but this is in my house. I don't have it for me. Someone else in my family does. But you see it and you're like, well, someone else is partaking in some dirty deeds. And I'm like, well, I see the playing we're doing here. You know what I mean? It's like, man, there's not much to it. But I feel like out of place, because I haven't addressed like to say sorry. You know what I mean? Like if there's someone out there who I've hurt, which I definitely have to them, I feel like them their view. Like I mean, I'm not gonna apologize for making you cry for having being a little sissy, but I'm gonna apologize for you maybe seeing me in a different light and then me yelling at you maybe a little bit for and you feeling like as though I misconstrued something that you could have elaborated on and that maybe we didn't have time to discuss for the most part, that kind of thing, like a minor flaw being addressed where I could have been more perceptive because I didn't know the entirety of what was going on behind the scenes properly. It's like well, plausible deniability. We'll just leave it at that. We'll chalk it up as a bygone. I mean, for the most part, I mean, I feel like most people are comprehensive of letting that fly on the low. Although I would hope that these leaked DMs, I'm not gonna leak more, not leak because I'm not gonna show more DMs for them to be leaked. I feel like I've learned from this era of the past to not talk to people who I don't, even if I trust them, I can't speak to them because they will make my information against me in the long run. And it's like, well, there's no point in like I only like one girl in their group, which is kind of funny because I feel like there's 100 people around the whole group, and I'm like, why am I here? I'm just here to talk to you. You know what I mean? And it just makes me feel weird. Like I get it, You want me to partake in your routines of your friends because it's a good ideal way to live. Yes, these friends are cool, but remember, they will slice me with a scissor on my neck, like my throat. Like it's cutthroat out here, man. And I mean, I get it, but I mean, I've always been that way myself. But I don't expect others to lie and say they aren't, which I've never lied to you that I am. I'm always told you since the start, for the most part, that I'm just a jackass who does not care about what you have to say to me, in that way. Like, I don't try to uh, elaborate and make myself seem like I fluctuate between the realms of sincerity and dishonesty. No, I just tell you, I don't give a fuck. We got to do this the right way. And if you don't want it, sure, bye bye. I mean, have a good day, and we're not going to talk about it more. I loved you while you were here with me. I won't try to be weird about it, and I might say some things in the future, but that's just because the future shows itself to be what the past was. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, we never had a bad thing happen, when in reality we might have. Behind the scenes, though, I would never like reveal it to the larger public, only to an inner circle, and even then, it's like maybe not, probably not. Just keep my mouth shut, because I don't want to cause a burden. If I tell someone something, it's because it's a moral jeopardy of mine, not because I want to. Now I've learned that to do that. And so, like, I've also known that, but it's like now I know explicitly to not to reveal things to others in that way. But that makes me more boring. You see, I'm more like on guard now. It's like when I was younger, it was like simple. I would just talk. I wouldn't think so much. But now I just don't tell you what I want to say. Like in my mind, I'm thinking it, but I don't let it out. I'm like, yeah, sure, cool, yeah, nice. But I don't say it, and I'm just here in a waiting room. And I'm like, well, were you my friends? Because I was your friend, you know? But especially to her, I loved her with all my heart, like for real. And it hurts because, you know, I don't see her much nowadays anymore. I wish it was another way. But it had to be this way because how else would it be? I mean, where's my part in this role of what I get to do, you know? I'm sorry if I hurt your feels for that cause. Like, I also need to get some right as well, though. Like, I can't just sit here and cross my legs and wait forever. You know, I have to address it, and that's what I'm doing online. Like, if I don't get known for doing this, and you can tell me to delete my stuff, but by the time that happens, everyone will have seen it. But guess what? I have to address it because I feel like I'll be just cast into the void. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that, but I'm not going to let you get that done without me saying what I want to say to the people. Because if you do give me what I seek, which is, you know, obviously her person, I want her to be mine. If I can have that, I don't even want anything else. That's what I wanted since the start. Yeah, it's been taking too long, you know, since she was like 10 years ago. And now she's turning 20 something. I can't disclose entirely the age because then I'd be, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's getting late, you know. And I'm not to say that she's getting old or that I'm still young and I'm still great or I'm vice versa. But when will it end? You know, when will this phase of sorrow end, you know? And lies to ourselves. Like, I know there is something there, but we have to know. Let the people know. And that's what I'm trying to do. Because I'm more outward. Like, this is bad for me, but them, it hurts them. I'm not trying to hurt them. It hurts me too, because I've been all these years waiting for a hope in the sky, like in the sun. I've been looking at the sun, going blind. That's how it feels like. It just burns because I'm looking at something I can't stare at for a long time. Because it hurts. It hurts me. It takes my fuel away. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to a person that's past his grave and then waiting there, but nothing happens. You're sapping your energy without using it for anything that you could do. Even if you're caring about them, you're objectively fucking dying. You know what I mean? And you're withering your own spirit away by thinking, not really, but you're like thinking of them and how sad it is. You know, it's like, why would you want to be sad? Like, I'm not saying don't go, but it's like, it hurts, you know, it's painful. And so you're like, damn. It's like, what can you do? There's nothing you can do in that way. It's like but they're not dead. But of course, it's like an analogy of if they were dead or if they weren't. But if there was no way out, you know what I mean? This is the place I'm in. There's like a barricade. There's a barrier, a rock and a hard place. You're like, do I say something or do I wait until it happens? Which is, I don't know when. And it probably won't because of how I am now. I am not the same guy I was when I was at the start. I definitely fucked everything up. And now I'm just stuck being this normal guy who can barely get by with his life and can barely stare at a screen without wanting to cry, you know? Because of all this bullshit. And I'm not saying that I'm a crybaby, although I am now. I'm just a self-pitying little loathing bitch. Because of all the pain I've went through and how it all just sparked me out of my zone of goodness, and all the life that I had in me is not there anymore. You know, look at my eyelid underneath. You see that? That's not healthy. I look like a fucking ghoul. And I feel like it too. I'm overweight. I feel out of place in anywhere I go. I feel not fresh. I feel low on the ground. And I feel like there's no, way out of that with the situation of the thing, the doom that shows itself in my mind. Where's the way out? The hope, I mean, the way to find it. Her, her. Find it. I'm trying to get there. And it's not like I've not been trying. But, like, also, you know, I feel it differently than maybe someone else does. I mean, maybe it's more like I want it to be. And it's like an obsession, right? It's like I feel like it's a good thing to want that in that way. And this is the thing. It's funny how when you're young, you want it. And when you're old, you can't have it. You know what I mean? And so it's like, this is why streaming was always something I wanted to do. Like YouTubing, because you could do as many videos as you wanted. Maybe you're going to get the reward you wanted, but you can at least give it a shot, right? And sometimes the most useless things get famous, so might as well be you, right? Yeah, I mean, I've always said if you can stream a lot of things, like do a lot of things, then you will get known. Kind of. I mean, not really, but you can put in your own hours. I mean, you don't have to worry. And this is why I always thought of it like that. It's a good thing. Also, to make people like me, who are genetically predisposed to fail, have a place to be, It's like, when I'm online, I feel like I can do more than I did when I was, at a job. Because at a job, I can barely lift my weight. I don't like following the systematic endeavors that they pursue. And I don't like listening to the orders. I do, but it's like I don't fit in with the system. The streaming or like the YouTube, you make your set. You know what you're doing. And there would be a lot of controversy surrounding my name. But at least kind of I'm online or whatever. I mean, I guess it's worse, but like there would be controversies, right? And if there's controversies, sure. I mean, everyone will always have controversies. So it kind of gets lost in the sauce, You're like, oh, controversy. It's just a normal thing for an online guy, person. And, it's not like you'll lose your job over it, for the most part. I mean, of course, people will. I mean, there's leverages with online as well, though. And that's the thing. And I want that leverage, which was stolen from me. And it's like, will it fly? It's like trying to catch a fly. It's hard. You can't really do it. And if it is, it's a fluke. And it's been stolen from me. And the fluke is that I've lost something that was a fluke in the first place. It's like trying to catch something that was underwater. You can't really grab it. And if you do, the slippery fish is going to slip out anyway. And if you fail, you go into deep water, you get a crocodile and it eats you. Something like that. So yeah. Or you get bit by a poisonous snake and it takes its toll on you like the years gone by. Like that happened to me. So, God forbid you fall in love with it. Oh, the irony, huh? Fuck. Yeah, happened to me, didn't it? Yeah, but I'm not calling anyone a snake, but it's just an analogy of a snake-like persona, which caused me to fall ill to this malice. But yeah. Every day I feel dreadful. But guess what? We wake up. We live. We try to live. Even if we're slowly decaying fast, Even if our friends have left us be gone and we're no longer what we once were in terms of fame. We are just a shadow, a shell of what we were. Guess what? Even the most reduced skill set can still work as long as you have the mind to live it out. And I still have some sort of cordiger, which helps me survive for now. Like, I don't know how long it'll last that I still have my mind in a functional manner, like in some form. But I mean, it's barely functional. Like, I can barely hold on to the things I'm saying and I feel like they just come out, you know. And I'm not thinking with the back of my head like, what shall I say to promote my kind of speaking style of thinking. It's like I'm just saying what comes to mind in that point. It's like it just spews out, you know. It's not like I've thought of it well or like analyzing it to the point where I could be. It doesn't cause me to spark, you know. I'm not in the flesh now. It's like an out of body thing, like your spirit thing now, where I'm stuck in this loophole. But this loophole is a backwards one, and you're not getting out of it. You're like, where am I going? Like, kind of thing. And it's like, well, how sad is it to see the mighty have fallen? I'm like, yeah, but what was the point of it all being that way when it shouldn't have been? Like, I mean, it could have been, but this is what I mean. Where are your friends when you need them? And that's the thing. Before we were fucking associates, we were always to be there for each other, like watch ourselves. And what did I get in return? I gave them what I had, and I got nothing from it. Well, I might have, but where is it at this point? I'm just molding it. Writhing in self-loathing, you know? I'm just rolling on the floor like a fucking demented deer, you know? It's like you just got shot and you're literally like losing your eyesight, you know? Like, yo, you know there's so many things out there that could go wrong, yet there was not once a claim to be done in wellness of me. Like, I know I've had problems with my ex, my actual ex, the first one, not the second girl I was with. And yeah, that added to the fire, right? It went to there, and then it was like, no, it really added to the fire. It made the fire. It was the fire. It was what pushed it to be that way. It was the way that she sought out to spew out my name with blood, which made me seem like a mean guy to the world. And it's like, yeah, I don't like her. But what does that mean to you? I don't care about her. She does not care about me. But guess what? We have to talk that out. But she chose to air it out because she knows that I have more on her than she does on me. And even if I don't, pay me what you owe me. That's what I mean. But since these guys, the guys that I'm talking about, which are against me because of my ex, they also have to pay me. They feel like I'm asking them to pay me. When we haven't even, if I go to them, yes, I do the same thing. But guess what? I'm talking to her. I'm not talking to you. Also, this was a relationship thing. It wasn't just about money, okay? It's like, if you're gonna cheat on someone, you say it to their face. But since I'm telling her, I basically broke up in her face. You know, I'm like, kind of. It's like an analogy to break up with someone. It's like, I don't want to be in your sphere of world anymore. I don't want to live in your lifestyle anymore. I want to get out. And I know that she wrote warnings to me. And I'm like, I know you would think that I wouldn't do it in the future. I mean, I would do it because you know what would happen already. You already knew the outcome of this. But I did it anyway. And guess why? Because I'm not going to stand there and wait for you to lie about me when you already did. It went wrong already. Then why does it matter? Why not just say you cheated and let it be? No, you want me to suffer. And that's the thing. I do suffer. But guess what? You don't get the pay that I was going to give you. That's what you want. And they want as well. They want me to, you know, not be here to say much now. Because they know that since she cheated, she was wrong, kind of thing. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, you did cheat. So, you know, just pay me my money. But she doesn't wanna, do that. Well, she does, but like, it's like she'll do it if I stay shut. You know what I mean? Basically, how long is this gonna take? Is what I'm saying here. It's like, if you're gonna leave me on, at least pay me. You know what I'm saying? And since that incident, that also happened a decade ago. Since I did it, so it's been a hot minute, and that one's been 15 years. This new one's 10 years at most. But guess what? They're all in a very long time coming to deal with. Like, I've been waiting on years for this bullshit to be settled. And guess what? I still hold it in there. How are you gonna cheat on someone and act like you didn't do it? You know what I mean? I wish we could dig up texts where we could be shown what we were doing. But in reality, like, I don't know. You can, like, maybe at least tell them you can deduce who cheated or not, but show them the text. But you don't want to do that. But yet you're showing them my texts. You know what I'm saying? You're showing them that I did something bad to you. When in reality, I didn't really do something bad, did I? Did I? I threw the book, and you happened to catch it. Didn't you? Didn't you? You caught it with your hand. He was moving past you, wasn't it? He was moving at you. I made sure of that. And I also gotta take a shit soon. Fuck, dude. Always when I'm in the middle of a talk. But yeah, it's all a bunch of lies. Like, I feel for the people that I've insulted because of her. She's trying to ruin my stuff. And that's the thing. Like, she already did, kind of. But, like, trying to capitalize on that even more. Like, to wish that someone did not, like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Sure. I'll take that advice. When you stop talking about me online, you already sent out code red to all the fucking people in this world. Like, what did I do? Like, take a picture, it'll last longer. I'm sorry. But yeah, no need to be smug, okay? Sorry. But yeah, fuck you. I'm smug. Alright, no. Stop it. Stop. I'm not snarky, alright? Just making a joke. Something you can't take. Because you are. I'm sorry. I said hurry, didn't I? Oh, was that a joke? I said sorry? What? Did I? No, I was joking. Driving my Ferrari. Yeah. That's what I said, right? Yeah, that's what I should be doing, baby. Not you, baby, but baby in general. Fuck, I'm slipping. Slipping and I catch me dipping and I have a refill. Not caught slipping, caught slipping. You be tripping, but for real. These people be tripping, like, bro, I get it, your reputation, but you don't have to leak the DMs if it make you look bad. That's just you know what I mean? I mean, you don't have to show them, but you're gonna do it anyway. I don't know why. There must have been a full disclosure agreement. If the terms have been voided, you disclose everything. And I'm like, okay, if you're gonna disclose it, I mean, that's kind of weird, Because I still have faith in that they can do the right thing, like, in terms of what they do. It's like the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case. You never know the outcome, but, Johnny's getting accused, and who knows, but, like, he didn't do that shit, It's like, calm down. There's a lot of good people out there. I hope that we can just come to terms of resolution. Maybe just payment if no one wants to, like, accept me in their fold, I really gotta take a dump. But I really do want her to be in my life. I could explain who. I mean, she starts with the P. Her YouTube username, I guess you could call it. And that's her main account. Yeah, it's like, damn. Could have been so much more than what it was, just because of the greed of the orgs, you know? I don't know what happened there, but I'm not gonna take a fall on my, lie down on my ass just to get folded in two, you know? I mean, I don't mean to flip the bird, but guess what? That's what it's come to, you know? I feel like there's good in all of us, you know? Except, you know, cheating scumbags. I'm kidding. Them as well, but I don't like them, okay? You can either forgive or unforgive. I don't really care. I don't want them in my life, you know? I don't forgive. Well, I do, but I don't care. You know, it's like, I don't want you near me. You know what I'm saying? It's toxic in that way. It's like poisonous, not toxic. You know, it's like harmful because you're like, you can't wait on something that can never change. It's not going to change. You cheated, that's it. That's why you move to new ways. And that's what she's mad about. And the new one, she's getting fed the poison that she's giving. And it's like, no, it's not that she's giving poison. It's poison because she cheated on me in the first place. But she's giving more like showing it off, like as though like this odor to make it smell like I did something bad wrong. Like trying to make it smell bad, you know? Like, or like wrong. Like I'm not here to like, liking a woman's not wrong. And I guess hitting them isn't that wrong either. But I guess that's how the social work, like at jobs, take it. Like, I get it. There's lines to not be crossed, but did I cross them? You can't say that. You can't say that I lie about being that guy who didn't do that wrong thing. Because I didn't do that wrong thing. And, you know, if you're gonna blow it before you show it, might as well stow it. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be like some sort of hard ass here, because I'm fucking, you know, I'm just a guy who happens to be a guy, okay? Act like a guy a little bit, okay? I'm just trying to be like reasonable here. I mean, if you don't have the results, it's because you didn't do the work, you know? But when you did, or in the past at least, why don't you get what you earned, you know? I don't care if I was just a child or a teen. Like I was a teen, I was still working the system. I was making that bank. And where is the bank? Where is the stuff I earned? Or did I just burn it all away? This time I used, where did it all go? Where did the birds fly to, you know? The eggs they laid. Where are the eggs? The birds can fly, but where are the eggs? Because the golden goose laid some, you know? I didn't myth that shit in my mind. And if I did, well, so be it. But just pop off, because I don't want to hear it. If you got nothing to say to me, if you got no blank for me to take, the bread, I mean, if you got nothing in my arms at all, then why do I care? Because you've led me on this path for so long that I have no cause to care at this point. It's like, why would I waste my time when you don't even know who I am as a guy or a dude? You just know what you think of me. And if this is just gonna keep going, I might as well just leave. Because if you're gonna think the worst of me, then what's the point of just talking it out if it's just gonna be acted like I was some sort of creep? When in truth, I was just trying to leave you be. I'm like, all right, enough of that, you know? Go cry somewhere else. You just don't want to pay me, you know? You're just like, I never knew that guy. But then why were you speaking to me? Why were you talking to me? And why did we even talk? You know? It's like, if you don't want to know me, sure, but pay me off. Because I paid you for what I did for you. Like, you didn't just waste my time. You know how to pay me off, though. It's not that simple, okay? I'm not just some jack off the street who can just pay in coupons. You gotta give me the real shit, you know? And that's the thing I don't like, the facetiousness. Like, you didn't give me enough, you know? It's like, it's just, you know, you're a liar, dude. Just leave.